I'm Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at Theatre West for the world premiere of Boxes by Jewel Selbo.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Mary Lou Belli. I directed Boxes.
Okay, and so why did you decide to direct this?
I had known Jewel Selbo's work for a long time, and the timing worked out perfectly. Actually, it didn't work out perfectly. I was supposed to be at the Cannes Film Festival, but I wanted to direct this play so badly that I turned it down.
Okay, so what intrigued you so much about this play?
I loved the woman's role. I loved her journey, and I liked how sexy it was.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I enjoyed that too. I enjoyed the character development because, in a sense, there was excitement, but it was also the landscape of her mind was actually the painting.
Yeah, it really was, and I think they're revealed especially in her inner monologues with the boxes. And I just think it's, and I actually think all the other supporting characters are equally complex, and I love their journeys.
So when you do casting for this, what are you looking for in your casting?
First and foremost, I'm looking for someone who I know is correct for the character and can tell the story. And then, of course, I weigh acting skills. This is a town full of a lot of talented actors, and I'm selfish because I want the best.
Okay. So actually, I kind of enjoyed this play. Going into it, I thought of it more as being a romance, but I guess I got twisted into it. As a romance, how would you weigh this thing? Is this... Because in a sense, I felt I've seen romances that are basically geared towards women and towards men. I thought this was more of a romance towards women, and I still think it is. What do you think about that?
I think it is a romance for women, but I think it's a modern-day woman who has lots of priorities about what she will and won't do to compromise her life.
Okay, and now about you. How did you get into directing anyway?
I started as an actor. In fact, this theater was my home for many, many years, and I directed my first play on this stage. And then, of course, once my career got launched as a theater director, I produced and directed almost 75 plays here in Los Angeles. It led to a rather successful television career, and this is actually my second play back after about a 20-year hiatus.
So why theater? I mean, you could make more money into television and it's more fame and all that. Why do you want to do theater?
When I started directing, it was all about launching new playwrights. And I felt like there's meaning in that, and I wanted to go back to supporting playwrights, and especially emerging playwrights or playwrights who I thought whose voices hadn't been heard or heard successfully yet.
Also, about my show, there's actually a lot of community theater actors who listen to my show. Is there any kind of advice you can give them?
Don't stop. Do it because you love it. That's the best reason to do it. And if you stop loving it, stop doing it.
Okay, and how about the young aspiring directors? What kind of advice can you give them?
Direct. Directors direct. You don't need a stage for it anymore. You can use your iPhone. You can direct people in scenes. You can do anything you want. If you want to direct, you have to have experience directing. You have to develop those leadership skills. You have to become a master storyteller, and you only do that by practicing.
Okay. So if someone, say, wanted to do this, would you recommend them just go on YouTube, just produce your own show, get your friends together, do it, and just play to whoever was willing to see it?
Absolutely. The field is wide open, and YouTube has changed actually the entry level, because the more hits you get, the more someone will take you seriously.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Great. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Jewel Selbo. I'm the writer of this play at Theatre West that just opened tonight called Boxes.
So why did you decide to write this?
I'm always been interested, I guess, in a strange way, about why we fall in love, why it's so important to us, and what we'll do for love, and just exactly the way that we actually, as a society, look at love. I mean, it is a great thing, but it's a sad thing, and it's a dangerous thing. So I just kind of wanted to look at it from all different angles.
So again, about the theme of this play, is this more of a thriller, or is it a romance, or is it a psychological drama?
Well, I think it's a psychological thriller with romance in it, because to me a thriller means that you're putting together a puzzle, and the audience is putting together the puzzle while the protagonist is putting together a puzzle in the play. So they're both working at the same time, and to me that's what a thriller does best. But it is about Marv realizes that he has to step up for love, and Sigourney realizes she just can't, that it's not easy, that she has to see it for exactly what it is. So yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it is a romance.
Actually, what I liked about it was the character development of the leading female actor.
Right. Yeah, that's Caitlin Gallagly. She's wonderful, and she is. She's a girl who doesn't have any solid base of love in her life, and so she's always looking for it from the outside. And people like her, and Marv loves her, but she's so needy that he can't deal with her at this point, and then she grows up in a way, and Caitlin is just wonderful in this role.
I really loved it because she developed so well, and at the end, it's not really. It was actually a triumph, you might say.
Yes, I think so, because she took action, and I think it's not, I'm not saying anything as a female about the situation, but sometimes in both male and female, you get hurt in love and you just kind of take it, and if you're really betrayed and if you're really wronged, it might feel good if you could actually take action.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much, Ashton.
Hello, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. You are?
I'm Caitlin Gallogly. I'm a Los Angeles native. I've been a professional actress for 4 years here in LA. I'm Ovation nominated for the Belle of Belfast. What else? I'm the voice of Kenny on South Park. Or I was. I mean, who knows? Maybe they won't bring her back. I played Sigourney Cushing. Sigourney is an extremely damaged and needy but brilliant graduate student who has trouble identifying healthy relationships. She's in a relationship which is healthy but which is at a pivot point, and rather than being able to healthily confront that, she, when presented with an opportunity that seems too good to be true and in fact perhaps is, she chooses to abandon that relationship, and she psychologically sort of unravels and then comes into her own at the end.
I loved your character because not only was it realistic, but it was also it actually grew throughout there was character development throughout the entire play.
Thank you so much. That's really lovely to hear. I mean, you never know with a play like this where you're on stage essentially the whole time, whether the choices that you're making are coming across as too loud or natural, or because you're invested. Once you're invested in the arc, once your ship has set its course, you really just have to go. And so you have no idea how reassuring that is. Thank you.
So did you base this a lot on your personal emotions, or was it something that you did research for?
It's sort of a mix. I was lucky enough to have both Jewel Selbo, the writer, and Mary Lou Belli, the director, on hand all the time, giving me their vision of the play and who Sigourney is. She's actually very different than me. I did go to graduate school. I have an advanced degree, so I'm familiar with that academic pressure, but Sigourney always operates from a place of fear that she will not be enough, that she will be found lacking. And so every choice she makes and every relationship she forms, every fear she confronts has to come from that place. And that was difficult, but luckily I had them on my side, and we were able to find some deep-seated emotions that could fit that we could mold to fit Sigourney.
What kind of challenges are there for being the lead actor, and basically you're on stage all the time?
Oh gosh, there are many. They're all pleasurable challenges, though. I always want to be there for my fellow actors, so you have to be conscious and listening all the time, which is not any different than if you were on for 3 seconds, right? But it keeps you like a heightened awareness almost. There's the drama of getting on and off stage in a timely manner, which sometimes I don't do, and always remembering your props so that the story is moved forward. If you forget like a pen or something, nobody really notices, but if there's something that's really crucial to the play, you want to make sure that you're doing what the playwright and the director need you to do, and you're telling the story to the best of your ability. So having that always at the forefront, listening and making sure you're conscious of your fellow actor and where you are in the play, I think those are the biggest.
Okay, let me tell you a little bit about my show. I was wondering if you can give a little advice to my listeners. Basically, a lot of my listeners are community theater actors. They've been working for like 15 years. They get paid nothing, but they love doing it. They can't stop doing it.
Yeah.
So any kind of advice you can give them to help them along?
Oh, yeah. Maybe. I hope it's good advice. Keep doing it. Never, if it is a project that is going to serve you and that you have the time for and isn't going to take away from your life, if it's not detrimental, say yes. Open yourselves up to opportunities. Keep in touch always with the actors, directors, choreographers, etc. you've worked with. Maintain a professional relationship with them. Don't be afraid to ask them questions. Submit via Actors Access, LA Casting, CAST, Backstage, anywhere and everywhere you can. Go to open calls. If you're non-equity, go early, go often. If you're equity, make sure to sign up in advance. Just give yourself as many opportunities as possible to see what other actors are doing and to put yourself in front of casting directors, producers, and directors. And eventually it will happen. And be in class, I would say. And don't be afraid of that. It's an expense, but the more you're in class, the more you learn, the more you build those blocks up, and you become the product and the actor, and that's really how you can cast yourself.
You know, your character was a bit of a shy character. Suppose you're just a bit player. You have 3 lines. You're only on for like 10 minutes. Would you feel a little too shy to ask the director for their email or some kind of contact information to keep in contact with them? No. Never be afraid.
The thing to remember, and I heard this from a casting director that I respect immensely. She said, people find me intimidating because of what I cast. It's not who I am. If I bring you in the room, whether it's theater or film or television or what have you, if I bring you in the room, if I cast you in the role, the audition is the win, the stage, the film, whatever, that's extra. It's icing. I think you're great. You come on stage, you do your thing, I think you're fabulous. You fill a need that I have. So you asking me for my email, my phone number, it's the least I can do to help you along. And so I think that's true of most people. And if they say no, they're just a jerk. Unless they have like a real reason not to. I think most of them are very receptive. Most people are receptive to that.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
No, thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, who are you?
Hi, my name is Ashton. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine. And you are?
I'm Greg Nesson.
Great. Could I have a brief bio of you?
I'm an actor. I'm in the show that you presumably just saw. I grew up in Los Angeles, so that's all I have to say, I suppose.
And which character did you play?
I played Marv. Marv is a grad student with Sigourney, who's the main subject of the play, and they're in a relationship together, and he's trying to keep it together.
So what do you think of this play?
It's great. It's super exciting. Actually, we all sort of just saw Ex Machina in theaters, and it's kind of like the theater version of that. So it's exciting. It's a fun play.
Do you look at this more as a romance, or as a mystery, or as a psychological thriller?
I would say it's probably the last of those 3. Not that all elements aren't all included in it, but yeah, it's a wild mix of a play for sure.
Okay, a little bit about my show. I basically cover a lot of theater, and I have a lot of community theater actors who listen to me. Can you give me any kind of advice that help them along?
Well, you have to keep attached to your own passion for it and wanting to do it for yourself, because sometimes you're not really doing it for anybody but yourself, and that's hard to do, I think. Especially I came from New York, so this is a new experience for me, but you have to really love what you're doing, I guess.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm Oliver Singer. I'm from Manhattan, New York, and now I'm here. That's my very brief bio. No, I'm from Manhattan, New York. I'm a director and an actor and a writer, and born and bred on the stage. Family is kind of in the industry, and I followed through with them. I play Cliff, and Rand is kind of like a madman combination of people who is kind of interweaved throughout the play. as a catalyst for all of the deception and lies that happen.
So, what do you think of this play?
Oh, I think it's like this quintessential psychological thriller where there's the experiment and no one quite knows who is being experimented on, and that includes the audience. So we go through it, and bit by bit we understand, but we never really understand until the end. So it's like this, it's like we're chasing a train, and at the end we get to get on, and we understand, and it's a fun ride.
Well, I was definitely impressed by the professionalism of all the players.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everyone's been on point. We've only been rehearsing this thing for about a month. So, and it's been workshopped, and we've changed the lines, and we've rewritten things, we've taken things out, we've added new scenes, which is pretty amazing of Jewel Selbo, who's just kind of constantly rewriting and adapting, and depending on what we do as actors on the stage, depending on what Mary Lou as the director wants to do, what she feels, it's pretty amazing, and it's been a collaborative process. It's absolutely, to workshop something within a month is very rare. Usually that's something that happens, I mean, when I was learning about theater, the Moscow Art Theater did it in 6 months to a year. So we did this in a month, and it's still going, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of everyone in it. Everyone's done a great job, for sure.
A little bit about my show. I cover a lot of community theater. A lot of my listeners are actually community theater actors. What kind of advice can you give them?
I mean, right here now is an example of something that I, as an actor, am doing just because I love it. This is one of those things. There's no pay for this. You just have to put yourself in the cat seat, and you have to absolutely remember that why you do this is justified, that it makes you feel good, and nothing else matters. If it makes you feel good, if you feel creative, and you remember why you do this, whether you're an artist, on the stage, behind the stage, a director, a writer, you do this because it makes you feel fulfilled. And you chase that as much as you can, because so much of this work is not paid, but the reward is, every time I get on the stage, just very, it's very beautiful. So just remember not why you do it, but how it makes you feel.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Boxes by Jewel Selbo will be playing at Theatre West from May 14th to May 31st. For more information, go to theaterwest.org or search for AMB Theatre, that's all one word, AMB Theatre on Facebook.